Welcome back to another Project D update. Sorry being a bit quiet, but we've had a lot going on. Let's take a look. So we have had Project D back out on the road. It's been all good, but there's been a couple of little gremlins that we've been trying to iron out. So we had a bit of an issue where it wouldn't rev higher than 5,000 RPM, no matter if we were driving it or just trying to rev it at a standstill. Caused us a little bit of a head scratcher. We had a few ideas to try with it, and we've been slowly working through it, trying to diagnose it. When we did live data, it didn't really come up with anything on the scanner. Only thing it did come up with was a couple of pending fault codes for the knock sensor. So we changed the knock sensor, hoping it'd do it, and it didn't, it was still the same. So then we reconnected the old knock sensor back up and left them cable tied to a coolant hose, just so it wouldn't sense any knocks from the engine, to see if that did it. Again, that didn't work. So we thought it was wiring. We also had the battery light coming on intermittent, although it was charging at 13.5 volts. So we went into it, we looked at all the earths to check, all the earths were okay, and then we came across a bit of a wiring problem, a bit of a wiring fault, which is what we suspected it might be. Let's have a look at what we found. So whilst checking our wiring and double checking all our earths, we came across this. This is under the ECU, and I don't know if you can make it out there, but there's a few of the wires have actually chafed through the insulation on that bracket there. Can be a common thing on these once they've had the ECU relocation bracket put in. We're gonna tidy them up, fix it, repair it, and then we're gonna give it another go and see if we can get D running how it should be. We're going to use these to repair D's wiring. They're like a modern take on a crimp terminal. The silver bit in the middle is actually solder, and the rest of it is housed in heat shrink. What you do is you bare the end of the wires, slip them in either side so they're overlapping, then heat it up. The solder melts, soldering the two wires together, and the heat shrink contracts and gives it a weatherproof seal. So we've cut the damaged and corroded parts of the wiring loom out. So there's the joiner fitted with the wires slid inside. All we need to do now is apply the heat to the solder so it melts and joins the two wires together, and then heat up the heat shrink so it contracts onto the outer casing. Now we're just applying the heat, and you can see it's warming up the heat shrink. Solder's starting to melt. Solder's taken, and there goes the heat shrink, sealing onto the wire. So we've repaired the loom now, got it all taped up, insulated and protected. All we need to do now is put all the battery back in and the ECU holder, and then we'll be able to test it. Hopefully D will go as good as we expect it to. It's just a matter of time of getting on the road and checking it. Even when D was only revving to 5,000 RPM, it still felt quite good. Boosted hard and it went well. So once we get it back on the road, hopefully we've sorted it and it will be revving right round at the red line, and it should be even better. So watch this space, because we will be putting a video on. Talking of videos, Beard Mechanics Garage, they done a review on it at the weekend. Video should be dropping this week. Make sure that you check them out, subscribe to them. They're great guys and they've got a lot going on with their channel. And we will be dropping another update soon to let you guys know whether we've now fixed D and it is driving like it should. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, hit that like button, leave us some comments, let you know what you think of our project. Don't forget as well to check out the Beard Mechanics Garage. Great guys. We'll see you soon.